Guys, what's going on? It's Dave, Mr. White Ellis1. Thank you for joining me tonight in the carburetorsuck.com garage. I appreciate it. So after our wheeling trip, did some damage. Like I said, busted a front U-joint and a drive shaft in the rear. So, not in that order, drive shaft first and then the U-joint. I've damaged the axle by driving, and I drove it up onto the U-Haul, I drove it off of the U-Haul, and then I drove it into the garage because I knew that I had extra stuff. And let me show you what I got here. I got, I don't know, let me pull them out. Let's see. Alright, so here we go. I busted this stuff out. So, I don't know, back like sometime in like 2010, 09, 2010, when I had my Blazer, I was always looking around on the Craigslist, and some dude said he had Blazer parts for 25 bucks, so I called him, and he's like, yeah, I just got some old axle parts. So I got picked up in front axles, so got those, and then there was 4 stubbers, so I think they're the same size, and 2 of them, and I don't know like stock what they came with, but they say Spicer on them, so I don't know. So anyway, so I got 4, so I picked up the axles, 4 stubs, and 3 spindles for 25 bucks. Yeah, that's awesome, huh? So, so anyways, I know that the stuff in here is damaged, and out on the trail, you know what I mean, I pretty much unlocked it as soon as that happened, so as to not damage too much more, but you know what I mean? So that's what I was talking about with the Dana 60. It's like, you know, if I could find one for a good price, then I'd go for it. But if I can't, then I got a bunch of 10-bolt parts, and we need something to make videos about anyways, right? So we'll tear it down, we'll fix it, we'll go out and wheel, and we'll see what happens. Now, I am willing to bet that if I hadn't broke my rear drive shaft, that the front would still be intact right now, even though I used the Chinese U-joints, which I'm going to use some, probably going to use some like either Moog or Spicer. But yeah, so I mean, it's just, you know, the name of the game, you know, parts break, and sometimes they break because other parts break, and that's it. And so yeah, it ain't no big deal. We're just going to fix it up and get out and wheel it some more. Alright, let's get after this sucker. Tear it down, get this axle out tonight. This first thing I ought to do is pull the caliper. So I got my handy dandy action here. Groove-tastic. Back here. Pad don't fall out into the friggin' gear oil. Okay, we're good there. Alright, so we need to start getting into it and getting back here, because like pretty much all this stuff has to come off. So the the nuts and stuff that hold this together. There's some little clips in here. I'm not sure how many clips are in here. I can't really remember. But anyhow, this is the I believe it's a mile marker Selectro hub. I'm not too sure how common they are, but seemed like a pretty decent piece when I rebuilt it. Just, I don't know, it's just a standard engager and ungager, and then we'll pull the rotor hub assembly off, and then the spindle and backing plate. And I don't know if I'm forgetting anything, but I may. Now, there's 2 screws. Let me turn that. Anyways, let's see if I think this inner one loosened. And I think there's a couple of them around here, the perimeter. Alright, must have been a while since I screwed with this sucker. Let's see if that works. Okay, there we go. Alright, so there's the inner part. It's got a little cog and a spring behind it. Alright, and if I recall correctly, this little guy came in handy. Let's see if I can find dig out this freaking dirt. One thing that's weird about this is how it's kind of like open on the outside. That's a lot of dirt in, but I'm sure there's a lot of seals and stuff, so it probably doesn't get back to the bearings. But anyways, I gotta find a little dealio here. Yeah, let me see. I just put everything over here in order. Let's see what's next. Does this come out? Yeah, I can't imagine doing this on the trail. That just sucked. That's why I was like, nah, I'm cool. Nah, I'm cool. Or in front of somebody's house. Can you imagine? You don't know somebody and they're busting on their truck out in front of your house. Alright, I've inspected this and I'm trying to think back to last time, and I think I just ended up having to grab it and work it out. I think it's just snug in there. And that would be correct. So then there's this deal that goes up in here like that, and it comes out, but anyways, that's that. So I'll put all this aside, and it's got this, I don't know, this chingazo right there. I don't know what the hell, but anyways, I'll put this all, put it all aside. We got it on video. So if something goes wrong, we can remember. Alright, let's see here. I'm at... Oh yeah, there's a lock ring back there that frickin' ain't doing nothing. Pull that out. I don't know where it came from. Yeah. Well, whatever it was doing, it wasn't doing. It was just laying back there. Yeah. Figure that out. Alright, let me get my socket. We'll pull this sucker apart here. Alright, so this is, I believe this is a socket. And I got this at the AutoZone. I can take a peek. Goodness. There's just, didn't even turn. Didn't even turn that sucker. Turn that sucker. I did, okay. Get off there. so there's our outer. A little lock washer action between them. Trying to get out here. There we go. And then we got our inner one, which probably won't be as tight. So the front bearing will flop out, but the rear bearing should be held in by the seal, so we shouldn't have an issue. I'm just gonna put something down over here and set it out of the way. And this just set it in the back of the truck. That way it's not, I might have to grind or do something else, you know what I'm saying? So put it in the back of the truck. Our spindle come off pretty easy. I think I put anti-seize behind them because last time they were so damn hard to get off. The seal still looks good back there. Looking good. There's a little seal and some bearings. They look pretty good. See if we can get this axle out of here. Oh yeah. There we go. There's the outer, stubby. Oh, she took a little beating. You can see it kind of. Let's see. I think I might have to cut it off. Let's see. Show you what's going on. It's bent up. I'm probably just gonna have to cut that little deal off there to get it out. So that shouldn't be too big of a deal. We should be able to get that sucker out now. I'm gonna match up those axles that I have and see if they fit, or make sure that they're the right length and everything. And then I'll just go grab a U-joint and we'll put it back together. What do you think? I think it sounds good. All right, yeah. All right, I cleaned this axle up and I'm gonna slip it in just to make sure it's the correct spline. I think it is, because I think this is just older axle parts. So I think it was only like the newer stuff that had different splines. Looks like we fit. I think we're going to be in good shape. Pull it back out. Like I said, I think that seal's pretty supple, so I think it'll be all right. All right. Yeah, okay. All right, so that's good to go. Like I said, I'll just get a U-joint tomorrow. And we'll put it back together and call it good, I think. Alright guys, so wrap this video up here and then we'll continue once I get a U-joint. I'll call up and see if I can get one locally tomorrow. If not, then I'll just order it off of Summit. But like I said, I looked in there since I just replaced the seal, and I did use good seals. I don't know, it should be pretty supple. and the way that the seal design is, I think it'll be okay. So I'm going to try to run it and see what happens. So I don't know. I'll try it and see. I mean, if it leaks, then I'll pull it back apart and pull everything out. But I don't think it'll be a problem. These things happen, and like I said, I moved it a little bit. I know it's clunking around, but hopefully the seal will be okay. I don't think I thrashed it, so I looked in there and it looks okay. That is it. I matched up my shaft. So this is these are spicer. Wait, this yeah. Anyways, this is a spicer piece, and this is a spicer piece. So I don't know if they're like standard equipment. I don't think they're an upgrade or nothing, but I think they're just standard equipment. But I slipped it up in there, and just to make sure it was good, and it seemed to slip in okay. And then the outer looks okay too. So, or that one right there should be going like something like this. But anyway, so get a U-joint, we'll get it together. Appreciate you guys rolling with me tonight. Hopefully tomorrow night we can get out here and put this thing back together, and then I don't know, maybe we'll go for a road test or something the next day. Or it's too loud to start at night, I'll wake the boy up, but at least I can get it back together, and then I can drive it around the block and make sure it's not leaking. Other than that, that's it. Alright guys, take care, have a good night.